Hey, 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 hey! Greetings and salutations to you, people of the internet. Today we're going to be taking a look at a quick unboxing and first impressions of Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Fossilizer Wingfinger. So I think this is the final one of the designs they've got for these little, no, not so little, weird-sized deluxe class fossilizer dinosaur skeletons. So it's time for a pterodactyl. I always try and say the silent P. I don't know why. Pterodactyl called Wingfinger. This one's a maximal, unlike all the others that are Predacons. So that's new. You can see his artwork there. Some kind of ninja skeleton. And got product shots. Falls apart into all these shapes. Can be a pterodactyl or pterodon. It can also stick to people as you do, which is what is part of the fun of this line. I think once we got this open, I've already made a big mess with the others that I've got, and instructions. Let's put those over there and pull them out. Now this one is obviously, there's like the entire beak is here, or head, and that's massive, and the swords, or even the titular wing fingers. So we'll take those out. Don't even need to cut the twisty ties there. You can slide those out with his beak. Oh, one twisty tie down, the other one slid out there. So that's pretty cool. And let's see, for the figure himself. Alright, string bead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one, his head's quite 5. I should come out. Oh, his leg's fallen off. Oh, he's not. His leg, his entire torso has come out. And this is the robot mode. Is it this way around? Let's just have a look at the. Great start, great start. It's not. This is the robot mode of Wingfinger. Looks odd as hell. Let's see. So. Broader at the hips than they are at the shoulder. So this is a bit crazy. They really kind of I don't know what they're doing with this one, but it's certainly a thing. So let's see. So you can close the face shield. Gives it a more kind of almost a chameleon kind of head there. That raises up, and you can see a visor and a face mask. Yeah, this is like the Bone Ninja. Got a universal here at the shoulder. There's a elbow. 360 there. Christ. It doesn't see this peg here for the diaphragm. That is like it's a half peg, so it's not a full 5mm post. So it is a little bit fragile or loose for coming off. So there you go. So if we get that there, there's a rotation. So actually, see if that post had somewhere to go there, and that locked in, that'd be fine because there's a rotation there anyway. But it doesn't. It is what it is. Right, elbow. There's a ball joint here at the wrist. It's got these spurs on his hands, Wolverine style. Oh, there's 4 of them. 4 is like a knuckle duster going on there. So we've got that, and that rotation here. Can rotate all the way around. Got universals here at the hips. Yeah, blocked a little bit by this bony stuff, but in theory they could go all the way around. And let's see. There's a knee joint there. There's a double knee. A rotation there. And he doesn't appear to have an ankle pivot, which is unusual. Well, I think maybe I could be wrong, and I'm sure people will correct me if I am. It might be the only deluxe, not just in the Kingdom, but in the War for Cybertron trilogy, that doesn't have an ankle tilt, an ankle pivot. Wow, that's a distinction, isn't it, for you? Probably lie here and find one. No, doesn't. You could have placed him like that, and then he'd have one. Why not? Because, you know, it's strange enough as it is. This is a very generous robot mode. So we've also got these parts, so you can store. I think it's intended to store this entire section here on the back, and then hold these swords while you split him in half again, or rip him in half, Overlord style. So yeah, I mean, once you give him the swords, you know, swords improve a figure tenfold, and all of a sudden he's got some serious skinny boy ninja skills going on there. This as well, I presume, can kind of be used as, you could hold it as a weapon, or have it as a side piece there. So yeah, that's pretty much his robot mode. So we're going to take him apart and try and somehow figure out how all this becomes a pterodactyl. Again, it's kind of, these ones are kind of the ones where I go, you know what, I may need to consult the instructions on these, but we'll try for Hard Panther. So we'll take the swords off, we'll take these arms out. Look how crisp the red Maximal logo is, just on that, on the bone. You know, the coloration in it is quite cool, because, you know, he's obviously this bony plastic colour, but the actual sheen as well, the paint that they've put on as well, really makes it kind of stand out. So we have this. we're going to do, we're going to try and follow that through line there. These come off. Sometimes, you know, like, am I separating too much of some of these? So we've got pieces now. We've got pieces. We're going to look at the picture. That's what we'll do. Rather than go full break the rules, we will look at the picture. So I think that, I'm looking at that, these at least seem to, right, spin round, and there's some pegs and bolts or tabs to tab together to make a solid-ish piece there. And with that we get these, oh, it looks like, right, so you use the hands, so they could have stayed attached really. The hands, there's a gap there in the wrist, so you can pull those up and put the pegs on the outside. Peg that together. Peg these back on. Didn't like being played with, obviously. Right. Next section. So this big old bit goes to the head. Looks like that goes there. So this connects again, and again that is on. They're both. See, that's a part 5mm hole, and that's a part 5mm peg. So these do go together and do lock together quite hard, unlike the body torso. So we've got that, and then I think it's just a case of taking these, not sure which way around, there you go, but ultimately it may not matter. We'll try this way, so we can have that, and then this maybe, yep. This. See, and then put these swords in. Like, see, like so, and get this head and plug it into place, and there's Wingfinger in the skeletal fossil pterodon mode. We can do some kind of probably little creepy kind of pose while stood up, but then you can also go fully extended. Fly, look at the wingspan on that. I mean, I know it's a deluxe figure that is just kind of maximized for length. What are you talking about? Yeah, so that's the bone pterodactyl. It does have a jaw. I like that. It's got the stomach that keeps it there. Then as soon as you try and push it up, I like that sound though. Right. So while we're talking about things you can take off, you can take off this back bit, and it relieves a section of kind of a head. So it's just a bit of blue really. It's just a bit of blue that could represent eyes. That if you make a big combiner out of these things, you can stick this in the Styracosaurus's head and to make the combiner head. Or you could just, improvise your own. So yeah, we'll plug that back in because I'm not doing that at the moment. And this is currently what I have with the rest of my guys. So I bought 2 of each of them. I've only bought 1 Wingfinger so far. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling him. It might be for the best to give it some kind of additions to what I've made here. I'll just pull this apart again and start again to try and make some weird contraptions. Maybe even start adding on like the tanks and the drills and the weird guns and stuff from the weaponizers, and make some kind of really kind of like robotic engineered plus also bone vehicle man. So yeah, anyway, let's just start pulling shit apart. So again, that's what we're always doing with these things. We can take that off. See, that could just be something on its own, but look at that. And then we will get our usual guy for this type of behavior with Studio Series Grimlock, because if anyone wants some dinosaurs strapped to him, it's this big lad. Right. So this could be, it's always, first things first is because the people at Hasbro decided not to give Grimlock a sword. Let's always try and find a way to turn these into some kind of big old sword for him. Let's see. It always reminds me of Beetlejuice, that, when he pulls his so there you go. Start off, you can have a pterodon themed sword. Yeah. We can get these bits, I think. What do we want to get? Decisions here. Right. Get the swords. Run a droppy day today. Let's put these into here. And well, that look weird, but oh no, because that's the half one. So remove his gun. I could attach it to his side here. If he's gonna, oh, I might need a, oh, there you go. Go. That spins all the way around. Give him some kind of wrist-mounted crossbow, so he can still hold his blaster as well at the same time. And then we just have some odds and sods left to let's fists back up. Let's fists back up here. Let's see, right, how are we going to attach this? Go one peg. We've got something like this. Kind of run out of decent sized. I've got no idea what that is, but it stuck to him because let's just use our imagination. It's some kind of antennae for signaling dinosaurs. It's an antennae of dinosaur control. Yeah. That's the problem. Sometimes you can make some cool stuff with parts of it, and then you're kind of just left over with some weird bits, and you go, right, let's just stick it on him. Just stick it on him. Yeah, all in all, it's fun, but it feels like with this guy, with Scorponok, with tracks that I didn't even bother buying, that this wave is kind of like let's just brush some random guys that we're not that confident with, just all in the same wave. And while we still haven't got, there's still several deluxes that were rumoured. You know, things that are like Pterodactyl, who's supposed to be an extensive remold of Razor, amongst others. I can't think of that. They're supposed to be coming in a future wave, and you know we're running. It's not announced yet, and it's August, and we always know that they try and get the new line out for December. So will that wave go missing? That's the especially, so I would have rather have had some, you know, good heavy hitters to finish Kingdom off, rather than it seems like it's kind of just been a bit of an iffy wave of deluxes. There you go. I think if you like the fossilizers, which I do, is a good addition to, but yeah, very weird robot mode. Cool, dinosaur mode. And some really cool little, that big beak and those wings and stuff like that. It'll make great bits of accessories for your creations. But yeah, Wingfinger is still just, the weirdest one. So I hope you've enjoyed our little unboxing and first impressions. Remember, as always, you can like, comment and subscribe. That's what we say. We've pipped over 900 subscribers, so we'll do a video about that at some point. Got some stuff in the mail for that. And as always, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and because you deserve it, let's bump this, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!